What is up, guys? It's Gem here with your weekly energy reading using the Healing with the Angel Oracle cards as usual. Firstly, I guess I just want to touch on the energy at play in relation to the planets at the moment. I feel like I need to do this because I feel like everyone's been a bit of an airhead lately, and I say that with love because we are in Gemini season, which is an air sign. So if you have been feeling a little bit off the planet, indecisive, not really sure what's going on, it's perfectly normal. Gemini season represents the twins. So it's all about the light, the dark, the shadows, you know, the vibrancy of our personalities, you know, the feminine, the masculine, the yin, the yang, all of the good stuff coming together, creating whole personalities. It is a fun, social energy. So very encouraged to get out there, network, hang out with your friends, be active, but just be mindful that with this transit, we do experience high highs and low lows. Again, nothing to be fearful of, is just the perks of Gemini. Also ruled by Mercury, so that's the planet of communication. You will feel like speaking more, being more truthful, being more open in your relationships with your friends, your family, your work colleagues. Depending on your days, your emotions, as we said, we will experience a high level of both ends, positive and negative, but they're all emotions. We have to feel them all. You may feel emotionally heightened sometimes, more than not. You may find your morning you're okay, your afternoon you're a bit testy. Roll with it. Become reflective as opposed to reactive is real strong message I've been getting this week already. Just be mindful. It is a fun social time, make the most of that, but at the same time, trust that, you know, you'll go in and out, you'll feel like your head's up in the clouds, you feel like you're wading through the mud. It is just the ebbs and flows, but as with ebb and flow, we have to go with it. Other than that, that's pretty well it. Do be mindful of your communications. Make sure you're not being hasty. But Gemini is a little bit cutthroat in the sense that if something's not working, they're just going to opt out. But just again, take that time to be reflective before making any major decisions. We do have the moon in Pisces as well. So it's a very feminine, creative, kind of daydreamy vibe going on at the moment. Rest into that, have a break. The transition from being an earthy Taurus into Gemini has sort of shaken us up a little bit. So yeah, just take that time to chill, you know, be a bit childlike, nostalgic, very ebb and flow all round. So hopefully that helps with sort of the week that was and the week that's coming. As always, I'll get into the cards. I know I've been hit with a bit of spiritual flu as well as physical flu. Again, that high and low. So hence, if I'm a little croaky, I apologize. But I want to obviously tap in today, spirit, see what energy we have at play, what's coming up for our highest good this week. It's been a very interesting time. Always my favorite card. Yeah, let's see what spirit has to say. I'll stop talking. That Mercury energy. All right, so lucky. First card we have is divine timing. As I mentioned, with Gemini being an air sign, we might feel like we're just all over the place. So it really is a time to step in this week and trust that there is a bigger plan at play than what we have immediate control over. I can say, I think it was yesterday or even this morning, I could hear that higher voice saying you have to, like, we cannot try to keep controlling what we cannot control. And I know that was my personalized message from my guides, but I feel that it's so relevant to the collective at large. So as always, what I experience, I feel the need to share because it may resonate for you. You may be experiencing situations, it may be frustrating. We've had a very sort of open-hearted, forgiving energy from last week, and that is still coming into play this week. But it is really now about timing. So we've opened our hearts, we're more in that place of forgiveness, we've been doing the work, we may be getting a little bit flustered in the sense that like something's got to give, and that's where the trust comes in. So when you're in a complete state of trust with the universe, you've asked for what you need, you ask for what you want. When you're in a state of trust, you just go with it. And you know that when the time is right, what you need and what you've asked for and what, you know, is working for your path is going to come into fruition in the physical reality. Now, one of Spirit's strong messages, I noticed I've had it personally, I've had it in a blog post I did last week, and I also read about it in a different post on Instagram, is that if you haven't yet received what you've asked for, there's potentially 2 reasons, actually 3, this is one of them, as to why not. And this again is a trust thing, it's a faith thing. Potentially you're not ready yet. And I know for me, that is like such a, it makes me just go rah, but that's where that control thing comes into play, because my nature's like, I want to control everything. But I have to trust that maybe for me, I am just not ready. So I'll carry on doing the things I need to do until I'm ready to receive what I've been asking for. The second thing is, it's not what you need. You may be begging and pleading and on your knees screaming for something. And if you're not seeing the signs, if you're not seeing positive emotion forward with it, if it's causing you anxiety and stress and all these things that do not serve your higher good, potentially you're not asking for that soul connection, that heartfelt desire. You're asking from here. You think it's what you want, you think it's what you need to be happy, you think it's what you need to progress forward. So Spirit's advice there is to come back to home, come back to heart and soul, and trust that wisdom will guide you to what it is you actually need. And it's not to say you're wrong, or it's not to say that what you're asking for isn't what you need, but there is that little reflection of needing to gain a little bit of perspective. And then the third one is just trusting that the time is coming. And I'm pretty sure that's the first one, but anyway, you get what I mean. So yeah, Spirit is virtually just saying trust them. They are working to create magic for you. They always are. And as frustrating as things can seem, they are working out. I find a personal exercise that I find really good in these moments is to actually consider back to times when you felt you were up against a wall, you had no idea what was going on, you felt like you were at a complete loss. And just try and remember how you got through it. What actually happened in the outcome? Did you get what you want and realized it wasn't what you wanted? Or did you take a leap of faith in a whole different direction and it led you to this new opportunity? Reflect instead of react. Like I said, that's pretty well Spirit's message this week, but also trust that the timing of what you're asking for and what you need is happening. It is coming, it is here, and just be grateful as if you've already received it. That's the quickest fast track to receiving, but also trusting there's a bigger game plan at play. And it's your game plan. It's for your higher good. And I feel like they're just saying, why rush? The quicker we get somewhere, it sounds great in the physical human realm, but at the end of the day, we've got this great journey. And if we keep rushing to the next spot, we're kind of missing the journey. So divine timing, trust that what you're asking for has been heard, it's been delivered. And when the time is right, it's just going to go poof and appear. As always, it got me throwing my hands around. So, creating that vortex of energy to just bring in the good for everyone. All right, so Spirit's advice is dreams. So I always see this card in 2 perspectives, and that's because I'm guided to see it in 2 perspectives. Initially, when I refer to the booklet that comes with my card deck, it says to focus on the dreams you're having, not just in your sleep, but also in your waking life. As I said earlier, with the Pisces moon, we might find ourselves caught in a bit of a daydream. Pay attention. What are you actually dreaming about? Where is that taking you? What's coming through in your sleeping dreams? Take note, even if you can only remember like the tiniest detail, try and write it down. Oh, sorry, but that's a hit the nail on the head. See, that's a confirmation. Just pay attention to what's coming through. I know I've seen numbers lately. I've seen water lately. Numbers, I know, are a synchronicity. They're a guide. I did a blog post about that earlier today. And I also know water is related to emotions. Now, I'm a Pisces rising in my chart, so that makes sense for me. But again, with the Pisces moon, it's a water sign. It's a very emotional time, but in a positive way, in a very childlike, joyous way. So yeah, just pay attention. Who, what, where, and just, you know, it's not about piecing it together. It's not about concrete answers. It's just finding where you go in that dream time and what's coming through for you. It's guidance. It's your conscious desires. So if you're having trouble here, asking for what you want and what you need, and you're feeling a bit lost and untrusting into what your purpose and your journey is right now, go here. Because that's your wisdom. That's your subconscious desires, your heartfelt desires, your soul's wisdom, and that's where it's going to come to you because you're switched off here, you're tapped in here. Pay attention to your dreams. And finally, this is so fun. Answered prayer. So with today's reading, this card is representing the potential outcomes of the energy at play this week. When we trust in the timing of our direction, we pay attention to our subconscious, our dreams, to our soul, to our heart, our prayers get answered. And I feel like Spirit's just like, that's it. That's what they want you to know this week. That is their guidance. Trust them, hear them out, pay attention, tap in, come home, be with yourself more than you've ever been with yourself. If you want to create the life you want and you want your prayers to come to fruition in your physical being, trust. Trust. Hand it over. And it is done. I want to do a happy dance because yay, it's just, that just really makes every part of my body happy. It makes me excited. It gives me faith. As I always say, just because I have, you know, because I do these readings and I do have, you know, that ability to tap in, I'm still not immune to the bullshit. I'm still not immune to the challenges. As I started this reading out, I still try to control things. I still come up against my difficulties, but I still know that my heart and my soul and that inner higher self of me knows that all this is 150% accurate this week. I've felt it coming for what feels like a lifetime, but let's be honest, it's probably only a few weeks, maybe a month. Trust in timing. Listen to your dreams. Let them answer your prayers. Go home. Go here. That's where you'll find it. You have innate manifestation abilities. My last two readings, daily readings that I put on my Instagram, they were reflecting that same message. I've done my personal readings this week. I pulled manifestation as well. We are in a powerful place of creating the life and the desires. Some of them are already on their way, but we do have to trust this. And you are soon going to see this. I know it. I know it. Pay attention. Listen. Take time out. Take a break. We're in that feminine energy of flow, creativity, abundance, joy, love, nostalgia. Just have fun with it. That is all. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope that reading resonates. I know I probably blabbered on a lot. It's that Mercury and Gemini coming out. But I really enjoyed that reading. As always, I pull the cards as I go, so I can't let my logical mind try and take over the reading. And to me, that actually had me dumbfounded, but very excited. So I really hope everyone gets some answered prayers soon. I know it's coming for you. Hang in there. I am always sending out good vibes because I know how hard it is out there alone sometimes. I used to think that was the only way, but when I started reaching out to you guys more, things have started to happen for me more because I'm sharing, I'm caring, I'm loving, and I'm loving this journey. So thank you so much for being a part of it. As always, I do hope this reading really resonated with you. I hope it gets you excited. When you feel that excitement from this reading, hold that vibration, hold that feeling as strong as you can this week, and that is what is going to create magic. The magic is always within your hands. Use it. All right, love to you guys. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be back next week.